Stay in here. What's up with it, y'all? Yeah, like I said, I told you I was gonna be right back, and here we go with another one. this, the rabbit hole is deep. Sometimes it's too deep. You feel me? Sometimes it's too deep. But I'm gonna stay in this one. I'm gonna stay diving in it. Go as far as I can with this thing, and just check this thing out. Not trying to really say hey to people or hate people or nothing like that. I'm just saying this is what's being said. Okay. I'm just I'm just a messenger. That's it. I'm a messenger. But I still can't understand why when the government or whoever is doing things to people, like why do they come for us? Like why do those people get mad and like we be the ones they turn on and they make it seem like it's our fault it's happening or something. Like and a lot of times it be stuff that we already went through it. It's like we went through it for so long. We went through a lot of different things as black people over the years, foundational black people, however you want to say it. We've been through it. So when we call it out, a lot of people didn't believe us. Now things are happening to them and the first person they turn on is us. And like I never could understand that, but I do understand it. You feel me? Because the culture that they say we don't have be the culture they be needing help from, or they want to hear from, or they just want to speak on, just because we do make a big difference in a lot of things that's going on. So we're gonna get into this. You feel me? These Somalians, and you know why they mad at black people. Don't get mad at us. Don't get mad at us. We ain't did nothing to you. Like I ain't never had nothing against the Somalians. So if you will be saying anything bad about us, it's like, what the hell? I don't get it. I don't get it. But let's go on and get into these TikToks. Thank everybody that's been doing these TikToks. So to give us a clearer understanding on what people talking about. I'm glad they share themselves this way because we get to hear it.
So Somalians are trying to drag black Americans into their fight.
I bet you $1 million, at least half of them don't speak English properly. Either can't speak it or broken English. They out here patrolling the streets and take a call for service. I don't know English. You're a police officer.
Why are y'all mad at black folks? I really want to know. Why y'all mad at us? What did we do? What y'all should be doing is getting in the field with your own people and the people that actually voted for him. Knock on some goddamn doors, have a community meeting, and figure that shit out.
And to the Somalis who spent most of their existence in the United States of America, being a Republican and voting Republican, on the level from seawater to ocean spray, how salty are you?
Y'all didn't want to believe that black Americans knew what we were talking about. You did not want to believe that.
So Somalis aren't just welfare queens in America. They're welfare queens all over the world. I want you to listen to some of these numbers.
We know what's going on. There's so many homeless African American, black Americans in Columbus, Ohio, because all the places we used to live got Somalians in them now.
And with that being said, we're going to mind our black American business.
So Somalians are trying to drag black Americans into their fight.
We have watched many videos of
beneficial. Keep that same energy.
I didn't see this coming. Y'all ready?
These Somalis are upset at black people. Why? We ain't did nothing to y'all. I can go 6 months without seeing a Somali person in real life. Because the Somali people be around each other. So, if you be around each other so much, why the hell you mad at us? We ain't did nothing to you.
Facts as well. I agree with him. A lot of Somali people stay in their Somali cliques. Even though we're still the same skin color, it seems like we're different as well. So people look at, like, they can tell they have their own cliques. They have a certain religion, a different religion as well. So all that does plays a factor into it. But don't be looking at other black Americans a certain way. We ain't did nothing to you, like my guy said. And I hardly see Somali people anyway.
And the people said that little Somali leaders, they voted for that man. So like, you mad at us for what? We know y'all not black. We understand that y'all Somali, and that's okay. We understand, because with Somali people have long faces. If you notice that about some of the Somali people, most of them, when you think of a Somali person, you think of a Somali man, you think of a nigga with a long face, okay? Now, just because I said nigga don't mean I consider him black. I'm just saying, you think of a man with they got that long, slender ass face, or they got that big old forehead.
Oh,
so
dang,
yeah,
Park, sorry to
I just
hear
say
that,
that,
bro.
All right,
he's speaking from majority, but not
After this,
all
I'ma tap in
Somali
with you, bro.
men have those features. I didn't see this coming. Y'all ready?
These Somalis are.
I think for some strange reason, immigrants, y'all Somalis think because we black, we supposed to stick with y'all. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We don't share an allegiance because I'm black. Ma'am, I'm an American. There's a big difference. But Theodore Roosevelt said, it ain't but one flag. That's the American flag. He said it ain't but one motherfucking language, and that's the English language. And he said above them all, it ain't but one loyalty, undivided, explicitly, for the United States of America. If that ain't what the fuck you about, then you ain't about what I'm about. Being an American, first and only, honey. Not nothing in front of it, not no stipulations behind it. We not the same.
Okay, so apparently the Somalis are beefing with Black America again. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go again. This is another one of those.
I didn't know it happened
again, I know
before.
black things, like you don't want to be called black. But no, apparently ICE is coming to collect them because they've been doing some kind of welfare fraud. I just saw a video of a guy going to a daycare where they were like, oh, you guys got $1 million in funding, but there's no kids here. So they're saying that they're getting all this.
Hey, you got to go catch the one too, because he just went to L.A. and it's happening in L.A. too, and he just exposed L.A. I said, dang, bro, he got to come to Dago. He got to come to Dago because it's happening all over. I hate to say it, the fraud is happening everywhere. I'm gonna just be real. I always say this. I wish we would have figured it out a long time ago. I wish we'd have knew
money and sending it to
we'd
fund
knew
terrorists,
this. A couple
whatever.
of us.
And now ICE is coming to get them, and they want our allyship, and we're like, absolutely not, bro. I just saw videos of them talking in their mosque about how all black people come from one night stands. They don't know their father, bro. The things they say about us is crazy. But I noticed that every black person that comes from another country to America takes on the white mindset. It's like they have Stockholm syndrome. Like they just started believing they're colonizers. Because we's the good Negroes. But in reality, y'all don't mess with us, so we're good.
Hi guys, welcome back again to
I think that we just got here 300, 400 years ago. But if you read your history, which I'm about to start giving y'all some history lessons on this live tonight, complete with pictures, references, and the $40,000 books where I get my facts. If you guys would drop your colonial state of mind and do research outside of what colonialism tells you to do, you would know that many black families have been here for thousands of years. Thousands. I'm not talking about hundreds. I'm talking about thousands. I'm talking about when British came to invade back in the 1200s, 1100s, thousands, the 900s. When Britain came to invade.
Hey, that's why I think they hate to hear the FBA stuff, because they don't want us to think or even accept or believe or know that we was here before slavery and all that, before Britain came. They don't want us. They don't want people to know that. They don't want them to go, because like once we know this is our land, it's gonna ruffle a lot of feathers. It's gonna open a lot of cans of worms. It's gonna be popping out on everybody, bro.
Somali. I think that we just got here 300, 400 years ago. But if you read your history, which I'm about to start giving y'all some history lessons on this live tonight, complete with pictures, references, and the $40,000 books where I get my facts. If you guys would drop your colonial state of mind and do research outside of what colonialism tells you to do, you would know that many black families have been here for thousands of years. Thousands. I'm not talking about hundreds. I'm talking about thousands. I'm talking about when British came to invade back in the 1200s, 1100s, thousands, the 900s. When Britain came to invade, they wrote books about it. They did maps about it. They drew pictures about it. We are from here. And that's the problem, because y'all ain't willing to educate yourself. Y'all just willing to spew out some shit that white people didn't taught y'all, but that ain't even what it is, baby. My grandma, my particular grandma, her family been down there in Alabama for thousands of years before the invaders. Do you know how many families came to invade our prosperous land that you guys are acting like y'all don't know black people is from? Do you know? Do you know? 13 families. 13. It took 13 different invasions for us to get here. So y'all really need to educate yourself, because y'all just saying shit that y'all heard, and that's like proves that your mind is just like a receiver. It doesn't even go and find its own information or process. You know what I'm saying? And that's what American education will get you, baby. That's what a colonialized education will get you. But if you research, follow me. Matter of fact, you don't gotta follow me. I'm gonna do the research and show you the references, baby. Because I'm so tired of this comment. Black people don't know where they're from due to their history. The thing about it is, black people's history is in their DNA. We're remembering more and more shit every day. We're finding more and more shit every day. Black people, hundreds of us, have researched on our own time. Yeah, I got an associate's degree.
See, what's crazy, right? When she talk about research, like we go to our elders. We go to our elders, and our elders already have the stories. You feel me? Like we talked about this before. Go to your elders. You'll hear it. You feel me? And a lot of people don't understand that. We don't what you mean evidence? Fuck we need evidence for when we got family members that's still living that's 100 years old that know stories upon stories upon stories that they were given from the elders before them. Like we know the stories. It didn't been passed on and passed on and passed on. A lot of my older cousins, like I said, they got paperwork. They got birth certificates, they got everything. They got everything. They got the pictures, they got photos, they got all type of stuff that I didn't even know they had until I started talking about this to one of my cousins one day.
Yeah, I got a bachelor's degree, but guess what I've been doing for the last 20 years? Researching my bloodline, researching the history of this planet, researching physics. You need to research all types of shit to figure out if Black people know what they're talking about. Because we do. And yes, there are, I'm not going to say oh, there's no Black people that came over here 400 years ago and was in slavery. Yes, they were. And I don't think they should get reparations, but I'm going to talk about all that on my live tonight at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I hope you're there. I'll be bringing every book I've ever read. I'll be dropping every piece of knowledge. I'll be letting you guys know about all the traps that they're setting up for you. Be there or be square or be dumb. And let me add this little bit of fact in there for you. Y'all be screaming, Somalis know where they from, Somalis know where they from, Somalis know where they from, but they don't. Did you know that? They don't. You know how many times Somalia's been invaded and the people have been dragged somewhere else on that continent? Do you know how many times that country's been invaded? The people there right now are a mix of Arabs and Black and Asian. Did you know that? That's how many times. That doesn't make them Somalian. Did you know that? That doesn't make them Somalian. That makes them a lost tribe. Clinging on to the invaders, like the invaders' nationality. I think that we just got here 300, 400 years ago.
Somalis. What's going on, Somalis? How y'all doing this morning, afternoon, or evening? Wherever you see this video, how y'all doing? Now, why y'all have so much anger and disrespect towards the Black Americans? Why? Why y'all so upset that we're not speaking up for y'all? Why? Just talk to me, Somalis. Why are y'all so upset? Why the vitriol and anger towards us? And not towards the YT man? Why? That's why I don't get. Why the displaced anger towards us, the Black Americans? Y'all never liked us. Y'all never even rock with us. Just being for real, just being honest. And I'm seeing countless and countless and countless of videos on what y'all did in Minnesota, right? Y'all say, well, we marched for y'all doing the Black Lives Matter. I said, Black Lives Matter? Yeah, Black Lives Matter. I'm like, Black Lives Matter. George Floyd, all the Somalis, we marched in the streets in solidarity for the Black Americans or when the police unalived George Floyd. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I saw y'all marching for George Floyd, I just looked at it as just an even, fair exchange. You know why? On what we did for y'all. And what we did for y'all was we donated money to feed the children.
What's up, a welcome one?
This is a wet feeding center. That means cooked food is being distributed here. This is very good because we're sure then this is reaching those most in need.
What the heck, bro?
These people have traveled from very far, and many are losing children along the way, and we have to ramp up these operations. Over 300,000 people here in Mogadishu need help, and those numbers are growing daily. But the cooked food needs to be fortified. We need to add in the vitamins that can help protect these children even better. And so these contributions that are coming in will go directly to operations like this and fortifying this food.
See, a lot of the commercials that we seen back in the day, maybe 30 years prior, or even 2011, matter of fact, even in 2011, Black Americans sent money to Somalia to feed the people. Your people. We sent money there. Even in the early 90s, we sent money to y'all to feed the children. So we seen them little babies with the ribs showing. We seen them videos of them telling us that how women walk 100 miles with the babies. Some of the babies didn't make it so they can get to the food center where we was giving y'all food. That was our money that we sent. So least y'all can do is march for George Floyd. So now it's an even exchange. We don't owe you nothing. You don't owe us nothing. You get what I'm saying? We fed the children.
We can be hella petty when we want to, bro.
So don't bring up this what y'all did for us in George Floyd. But don't bring up how we fed the children. Because keep in mind, even Michael Jackson had y'all in the videos. You get what I'm saying? Back in the 80s, early 90s, he had y'all in the videos. With the starving babies, with the big head like mine. Maybe a little bigger. Some of them babies' head was big as mine. But we felt bad for you, Somalis. And I thank y'all for marching. Now, we don't owe you nothing now. You don't owe us nothing, and we don't owe you nothing. Okay? Y'all have a good one, Somalis.
Somalis were only attacked not just because of the disdain that some Westerners have towards black people, calling the whole African continent a shithole, but it was because of Black Hawk Down. The repugnant languages and words that have been used to describe Somalis, such as garbage and savages, is mainly stemming from this video that shocked America and shocked the Western world. Under the guise of humanitarian aid, the West will go into certain countries deemed third world and then extract and exploit them. And I guess in this case, the Somalis had enough and they retaliated, leading to some of the worst casualties since the Vietnam War. More than 18 American soldiers died. Soldiers dragged through the streets. It really shocked America.
60 Minutes was able to obtain this surveillance video, which has not been seen publicly until now. Here you can see the very beginning of the mission. Putin was flown in on one of these little bird helicopters to the target building, which was quickly enveloped in clouds of dust. Then, from this rooftop, with his men under fire, Putin watched as the lead Black Hawk Super 6-1 headed towards him. This is Super 6-1 moments after it was hit by a rocket-propelled grenade, spinning out of control before it's torn apart on impact.
Bear in mind, the operation was only meant to take about 60 minutes. It ended up lasting for 18 hours of just combat. If it wasn't for Malaysian and Pakistani forces, it would have just been a bloodbath. Malis are strong, they're resistant.
Black Hawk Down, though?
They've always had a warrior spirit. Nevertheless,
I remember that movie, but
just like other third world countries or countries that were colonized, the only reason why they're in Western countries is because the West has been dealing terribly in those countries. For instance, like the Congo. You can't have your cake and eat it. That's not how the world works.
Golly, bro.
Somalia has been going through it for ages. They haven't had the opportunity like other black countries and black people around the world to be able to be part of the conversations for change. So they are trying to fit into the black world at the minute, and we need to show mercy and understanding, because how many of us have that feeling like we don't want to be black? How many of us bleach? How many of us, become raccoons? Somalis were
Not us. I ain't never had that feeling. I don't know what that feel like.
Really attacked.
I really don't.
This message is for those in the Somali community. I don't know if you got the memo. I don't know if it arrived yet. But in rushing to get this memo to you, this message, because we had the feeling that you had this expectation that you wanted us to fulfill. And we sent in this memo, we simply said, hell no. Now, in rushing this memo, getting you this message, we left something very important out. And I apologize. I'm sorry. You can blame me. But what we left out is you are starting to notice that Black Americans are no longer saying African Americans, or you're hearing it less. It's because we have done so much work here. We fought corruption here. We fought the Ku Klux Klan here. We fought the government here. We built the infrastructure. We fight the red line through real estate to keep us in the fucking ghetto. We did a lot of stuff and the stuff that we did and the work that we put in, it makes no sense to say that we're from somewhere else, especially when that somewhere else doesn't even want us. And to make it worse, when you're over here in our backyard, you don't even want us in your community. So that being said, we don't say African American, or I don't. Let me speak for myself. I don't say African American. I say Black Native American. And that's not to take away from the work that everybody else does with like my ancestors, not to disrespect anybody, but we're here today and we had to fight to be here. And my people is not going to fight and die here to raise their children here to turn around and say that they're from somewhere else. No, that doesn't work, especially when you let us know that we're not welcome in your community. So again, I apologize. That I also wanted to put that in the first memo, but again, we had to rush to get it out to you because you thought we were coming to your rescue. So you're on your own, but you'll be all right. You'll definitely be all right. I know the struggle is real, but it's nothing like what we had to go through.
The culture in Minneapolis today is completely different than the Minneapolis that was here 20 and 30 years ago. I mean, when you're talking about tens and hundreds of thousands of people that have basically taken Somalia and leveraged American capitalism and then came over here and then said that we want this to be like it was back home, but we're going to take your money and your resources. When you look at some of the reports of the money laundering and the monies that's going over back to Somalia and the basic idea that they're taking our dollars and they're benefiting from it instead of acclimating and adopting our culture, yes, you then become collateral damage from the decisions and the bad decisions that are made from your family. That's just the reality of it.
Like everybody else. Across this app, I keep seeing people ask Black Americans, what have immigrants ever done to you? So here's the truth. Because we are not going to keep pretending immigrants are automatically innocent just because supremacy is the bigger villain. Yes, immigration has caused harm to the Black American community. Not every immigrant, not only immigrants, and not always with intent, but measurable harm has happened. Economically, many employers have chosen immigrant labor at lower wages instead of hiring Black workers at fair wages. That choice has reduced opportunities for Black workers in the job sectors where we have historically been concentrated. That is a harm. Politically, as immigrant populations grew, major parties shifted their promises, their attention, and resources toward new voting blocs. The Black agenda has been repeatedly deprioritized as politicians calculate numbers rather than loyalty. That is harm. Culturally, Black American creativity has been used globally as a resource, while Black Americans are erased as origin. At the same time, many immigrants adopt negative stereotypes about Black Americans when they arrive because they learn quickly that distancing from us provides social benefits in this system. That is a harm. Geographically, the pattern is the same across multiple cities. Long-standing Black neighborhoods.
They always say that, like, oh, they did it for this. Like, you know, they did it. They knew what they was doing. I feel like they knew what they was doing, and for us to keep telling them what they was doing, like I said, bro, in the last video, like, it make me feel ignorant or retarded if I gotta tell you what you're doing wrong and you already know what you're doing wrong. Like, it make me feel stupid. Like, you looking at me as being dumb because you trying to get over on me or something. So if I got to tell you what you doing, bro, I'd just rather just cut you off.
Lost their population share and cultural control as new communities with greater economic leverage moved in. Gentrification and repopulation, and both resulted in Black displacement. That is a harm. Socially, immigrants did not enter a neutral landscape. They entered a country with an existing racial order that rewards those who rise above Black Americans.
I don't necessarily support the idea of segmenting yourself based off of the fact that you are Black Americans. I believe off of the character and values of I'm just American. I'm just an American. That's just the way that it is. Born, raised, ancestors here in America, Dawson, Georgia. The culture in Minneapolis today is completely different than the Minneapolis that was here 20 years.
It's crazy because like you be saying that till you get pulled over by the police and they treat you like you're black. Or until something happened and they treat you like you black. You feel me? Then it'd be a whole different story.
Every time somebody praises Somali people, the comments are always filled with people being like, no, Somalis are so anti-black. They hate other black people. They hate other Africans. And I'm like, where is this sentiment coming from? As if Somalia has some weird, sinister type of anti-blackness and colorism that doesn't exist anywhere else in Africa. As if colorism and anti-blackness does not permeate every single African country, culture, society. There are literal countries in Africa where black people are second-class citizens, where there are caste systems. So I don't understand why we're being so disingenuous, critiquing Somalis and Somalia as being this like haven of anti-blackness that is just so different than the rest of Africa. Like, I think we really have to maybe think deep of why you hate Somalis. Maybe it could be like Somalis are so boisterous online that, you know, there's a lot of trolls and everything. That's fine. You can dislike that, but don't make it seem that as if there's a strain of colorism that doesn't exist anywhere else. Every single African country has a bleaching problem. Every single African country has a colorism problem. It is not just embedded in Somalis and Somalia alone.
Dang.
Somebody.
So they be bleaching themselves? Like, that is wild, man. I heard about the Indians doing it, but I'm like, dang, y'all was doing it too? Y'all bleaching y'all skin to get, close to that whiteness?
I don't know why, but don't shoot me. I don't really like this lady, y'all. It's something about, ever since that Trump Somali shit been going down, I don't like these people no more. It's part of the reason why Somalians live up there in Minnesota, because they claim they staying away from black African Americans. Did you know that? That's what they tell them in their country. Move somewhere really cold where African Americans are not going to be at. For real. They ain't never did nothing to me, but I don't like what Somalians say about American black people. I don't like that shit. In Somalia, they say it out loud and in schools and in lectures and all kinds of shit like that, talk bad about black Americans. Really bad. I don't care. I don't know why.
Because, speaking of race, the Somali influx is actually displacing black people in Minnesota. You have had riots in schools between Somali and African-American students. So you have people coming in from outside the country who are taking benefits from African-Americans that they were given in part because they were enslaved, and they're taking these advantages and abusing them, and in the process, disenfranchising African-Americans.
Yeah, definitely. And again, when we have a population that makes less than 2% of the entire population in Minnesota, but makes up more than 12% of the welfare population, there's a significant concern there. Obviously, there's something not adding up.
I am currently asking for a ceasefire. I'm asking for a ceasefire between the Somalis and the African Americans. Please. We got something bigger going on right now. This is a divide and conquer situation happening in Minnesota. Y'all know we ride together when situations arise out here. When that George Floyd stuff happened, was out there, ain't nobody was asking what type of black you was. We all felt that. So I just don't want this ignorant conversation to overshadow what's really happening. Don't give them the upper hand. Why are we acting slow? I'm asking for a ceasefire.
This is so ironic to see Somali people. This is like the second video I saw, first of all, of them referencing George Floyd. People all together during George Floyd. First of all, everybody and their mother was outside. It was a national thing. Like, it was very clouded. It was very trendy. It was very trendy to be marching and saying Black Lives Matter. There were stores that would have Black Lives Matter signs in the window. A lot of people were standing in solidarity with Black Americans. And at the end of the day, if y'all claim y'all Black, then aren't you marching for yourself? Isn't Black Lives Matter for all of y'all? You see how they separate? It's like they don't even realize that they're doing it. You're separating yourself from us by saying, we was there for you during George Floyd and Black Lives Matter. Aren't you black too? So wouldn't that also be your plight and your fight too? Wouldn't that also...
They're not black. They're Somali.
Also be you standing up for yourself and your community as well? It's because you always other yourself. It's a subconscious thing because you do not see yourself as us. And that's okay. We finally said, okay, we're not the same. I could pull up 50 videos of Somalis saying, we're not black, we're Somali, and we're Arab. Y'all don't even say y'all African. Y'all don't even say y'all African. Now all of a sudden, don't let the white man divide and conquer. Baby, y'all have already been divided. If you were not divided, then we probably would. The way the numbers, y'all keep talking about numbers and strength in numbers. If other melanated, deeply melanated groups of people that came here did what we actually thought, what our ancestors actually thought was going to happen, if they unified with us, we would literally be running this country. Because there is strength in numbers. But you all have gone against us. You've undermined us. You've constantly talked down on us, belittled us.
I think that's what be getting me, because I didn't think we was beefing with anybody. I didn't think we was beefing with. I didn't know all this was going on. I told you, bro, I felt like I was asleep under a rock somewhere, because I didn't even know we had these beefs. I didn't know people was talking about us like this, because I never had nothing to say about them, ever. I didn't care about what they was doing, if they was scamming, or you feel me? I didn't care about nothing any of these people was ever doing. It didn't matter to me. They weren't even in my reality. So it's like they didn't even exist. And now I'm seeing all this and I'm going like, bro, they tripping.
They denigrated us, told us we wasn't shit, called us lazy, said that you were better, and separated yourself. You created your own enclaves. Down there in Minnesota, I saw a video of a Black American man try to go into the mall that you all have, and the Somalis ran him out of there, basically segregated him. It's not even safe for us to walk around freely in you all's neighborhoods. But y'all don't like to talk about that. Y'all don't like to talk about y'all anti-Black Americanness. Y'all don't even claim to be African. But now that it's convenient and y'all just don't want, a dog pile to happen because you all are having a light shown on you. And I'm very grateful for not for people that don't deserve it, but generally speaking, a lot of the Black on Black crime, a lot of the statistics, a lot of this narrative that we are all just so inherently crime riddled, welfare queens, baby mamas, just running amok, scamming, frauding. No, I love now that we are actually saying, no, that's the Nigerians.
Hey, like it'd be wild, because even when I start hearing that, right, of them saying, the black kids don't know their father, welfare queens. Like, bro, I can go out with my camera and I can show you, like, so many African people and Somalian people, like us, like when we have kids, like, bro, like as a black man, I'm the type of person, like, if I got kids by somebody and my girl's not gonna be catching the bus. My kids is not gonna be on the bus. I'll make sure they gonna be getting rides that, whether I'm picking them up and dropping them off or whatever, you feel me, or my girl got a car. But I'm just saying, that's just how it is. When I see them, no, bro, like I be seeing these African women and Somali women, they catching the bus, bro, coming back with hella groceries they can't even carry. Like, people on the bus got to help them take them off and put them on the side. And I'm going, dang, you feel me? But I'm like going, they be trying to talk about us. I said, man, what the hell is going on with you people?
It's the Somalis, because everybody was falling under the black umbrella when it came to doing something bad. When it came to committing crime, fraud, scam, it was just all of us. So it made it look like we all were, Black Americans were just terrible. When you all actually added to our crime rates and statistics. Yeah. You all actually helped to push the negative racial tropes and the negative propaganda and the stereotypes. You all absolutely had a hand in it. You've been in this country since media started to really boom. So it was not always just a Black American person out here doing debauchery, pushing the narcotics, and the Jamaicans had a heavy hand in being a pusher man. But it wasn't nobody noticing the difference. And now, since you all have been continuously saying it, we're in a
it's wild, right? Like, because when we say we were asleep, It was like, you know, we was always for and with our people. We just didn't think we had problems with everybody else because we never, like when we walk outside, bro, we like, especially like if you live in the hood or something like that, you got other problems. Like you wouldn't think, you know, you got African people talking about us, you got Somali people talking about us. You feel me? Like it don't cross your mind because you're dealing with other stuff. You feel me? But you like it don't stop us from being for our people. It's just, bro, we always was like a calm people. We never tripped off everybody. We didn't care about what they were doing. Because what they did, it didn't influence us. We were influencing everybody else. Like every move we was making was influencing everybody else. I just didn't know that these people had this kind of hatred for us. And I didn't know for this long. You feel me? I seen it with other other races. You feel me? But like these ones, I said, dang, why would they even hate us like that? It don't make sense.
Everybody's waking up. It's like a mass awakening. So now we see things for what they actually are. Baby, you're a Somali. We ain't all the same. Y'all been maintain that. We are not all the same. And I've seen videos of you all getting up here also saying, we're jealous of you because y'all have nice cars and y'all live in nice houses.
Yeah, we influence everything.
I mean, I haven't really been covering this too much because I'm just like, it is what it is. But this is like the second or third video I saw of y'all trying to claim George Floyd as y'all standing in solidarity. Basically, literally, you're standing in our face saying, we're not the same because I was there for you during George Floyd, during Black Lives Matter. Spread love, Mr. Brooklyn Way. What y'all think?
We think, and I said because, like I said, I'm from Fresno, bro. It was like 4 races. You feel me? It wasn't no gang of Africans. It wasn't no Haitians. It wasn't no Somalis. We didn't even have those type of people. You feel me? I didn't see a Somali until I moved to San Diego. And I only been in San Diego for like 10, 12 years. Like I didn't see all these other races. Like I wasn't seeing these other people where I'm from. Like it was like a little country town almost. People call it country because it's in the smack dab middle of California. So it was like, you know, it was like these people were more in the big cities. New York, way out in New York and different places like that, bro. We didn't have that.
Y'all out there, the Somalians is talking reckless. Y'all is talking reckless, especially it's one Somalian. I don't even know if I should call him brother because they don't want to be.
Yeah, I thought they was all cool.
Like so whatever, it's a Somalian man, a Somali American man talking directly to Trump saying, hey, Trump, you go first. You leave first. You think we leaving? We ain't going nowhere. You going first.
The Somali people and the Black American thing going on right now is kind of weird to me. Only because I see like a lot of Somalis like basically saying like, when they get us up out of here, what you think they're gonna do to you? What you think they're gonna do to what do you think they're gonna do to Black people? And y'all are against us and not trying to help us.
Black Americans are not immigrants. We all understand that, right? We were here before America became America. My ancestors were here.
They don't
I'm
understand
like
that.
13 generations American.
Some Somalis are now lashing out at mission. They are set to come back with more commentary.
The United States of America.
That's what I be saying. How?
I try my best to
I'm not even gonna speak on that right now at this time.
As a Somali American who lives in Minnesota, it's really disheartening to hear and to read comments about my community, to hear people write, go home. To those people, I want you to know that America is home. I have lived in America since I was 7 years old. So when you tell me to go home, I think, okay, do they want me to go to Minneapolis?
See, that's crazy, right? Because I don't think like that, and I'm from the States, so I'm like going, okay, my home is. I was born in Fresno. I was born and raised in Fresno, California. That's my home. I don't go like so. I don't care if you left when you were 7. Your home is still not here. You came over here at 7. You was not born here.
Where I first lived, or maybe to St. Paul, or Brooklyn Park. Again, we are your neighbors. We are your teachers. We are your principals. We are your lawyers. We are your, you can fill in the blank. We are Minnesotans.
So Somalis aren't just welfare queens in America, they're welfare queens all over the world. I want you to listen to some of these numbers. In Norway, 73% of Somali immigrants are on government aid. In Sweden, 64% of Somali immigrants do not have jobs or education. In Denmark, 69% of Somali immigrants are on public benefits. And in America, according to President Donald Trump, 88% of Somali immigrants in the United States of America right now rely on a welfare program. So the question is, not only why are we bringing in so many people that are just coming here and becoming dependents of the state, the other question is, why are we bringing so many people here that become left-wing activists, start talking crap about America, and then all of a sudden start scamming the local and federal government to enrich themselves? I can go story after story after story.
Well,
there's a woman in Minnesota right now that's living in a $1 million house that was paid for by laundered government money, and the partner, her husband, who bought the house, his name is still on it, but he has fled somewhere else. They can't find him. We all know the feeding our children scandal that's going on in Minnesota right now, where they've literally stolen hundreds of billions of dollars from local and federal governments. So the question is, why are we importing so many people from Somalia into America?
Now, as somebody who used to live in Minnesota, I can tell you right now, Somalians are there for birthright citizenship. If you guys weren't aware, the Somalians have come to claim their birthright citizenship. Now, as you guys already know, the Trump administration has initiated their ICE raids in Minnesota, but the Somalians are fighting back. Now,
taking care of them.
To read this, the Trump administration is attempting to have ICE raids in Minnesota and are checking the green card holders of Somalian residents who live there. And little does the Trump administration know that the mass majority of Somalians who live in Minnesota are U.S. citizens. And every year, sometime around this year, apparently they do their pilgrimage.
Look, I hate to say this, right? But I'm gonna tell you, America don't care about race no more. Like I'm telling you, you go to your downtown and look at your homeless people and see if homelessness is racist. If they went and chose people and said, okay, you're gonna be home. No. You go downtown right now, you're gonna see whites, blacks. You're gonna see more whites than blacks now. Homeless, which is kind of barnacles to me, because they say we lazy and all these different things. But when you out there and you see homeless people, you see more white people homeless than black people. And I'll be like, what the hell, bro? That shit ain't, America don't care about color no more. It just don't. It care about money, greed, money. That's it. And it will bring anybody into this motherfucker to keep that money flowing. You feel me? Just to keep the money going.
And based off of the rhetoric of the Somalians across social media, they're stating that although the Trump administration has implemented these ICE raids, they are willing to work with him to do a two-state solution. I'm not entirely sure why Donald Trump thought that this was going to be easy pickings with Somalians in Minnesota. I'm not entirely sure why he thought that. But little does he know that being that Somalians, their birthright is Minnesota, they're going to fight to the very end for their land. Because isn't that what you're supposed to do when you're being hostily invaded? Like, correct me if I'm wrong.
Somalis are reclaiming their ancestral homeland of Minnesota, and it's making people mad. And while it's not inherently anti-Somaliitic to criticize Minnesota, we should recognize Minnesota is the
do people always have misplaced anger when it comes to Black Americans? So I'm talking about how I see a lot of Somali people mad with Black Americans at their response to what is currently happening. But at the same time, I don't see those same people making videos about the white woman that called child the N-word at Cinnabon and said that she was openly racist. A lot of Black Americans have still had solidarity with them during this situation, but some of us just do not care. But you cannot be mad at Black Americans for not getting into your fights when that's not our fight to even get in. The same group of people use microaggressions when speaking about Black Americans, like they are exempt from something. And now they are actually seeing the treatment that Black Americans have been talking about for decades, but they never wanted to believe it. They always thought it was our issue as to why we were being treated the way that we were being treated. I don't like diaspora wars. I feel like a person who is racist is going to treat all of us the same. If you are not of a certain ethnicity, of a certain race, they are not going to like you regardless. But for some reason, certain racial groups think that they are better than Black Americans, and they think that any type of treatment that Black Americans get is because of how they act. When no, they're racist. They don't like you either. Do people always have misplaced anger when it comes to
each other? Why did I see a tweet today talking about the fact that Trump is targeting Somali people in Minnesota is going to put Black Americans at risk? I don't think so. I think that Black Americans and Somali people don't look anything alike. First of all,
we don't even talk alike.
Second of all, they don't even consider themselves Black.
We are Somalis, not Black. There, I said it. Somalis are not black. Let me explain why. Looking at me right now, chat. Am I black? I'm literally brown. I'm literally brown, bro. Think about it.
They don't even look like
Somalis are
us.
Arabs. We're in the Arab leagues. We speak the
Guys,
Arab
they're
language. We eat the Arab food. Bro, think about it like this, bro. If a whole community doesn't regard themselves as black, we can't be black, bro.
Somalis are not
You
black.
is lying. I never. Hey, I'm telling you, that's some real shit. I never seen a homeless Asian dude. Never. Not once. Not once. I seen a homeless Indian, and I'm talking about I seen a homeless Native American, but I seen one homeless Indian from Africa. I don't know where he was from. That one homeless Indian, I never seen one before, and it would trip me out. I was like, dang, man, you homeless? You Indian? Like I never thought it was possible. I don't know if he was on drugs or whatever.
Now, before you disagree with me, I
never
just want to
seen
say,
the homeless
listen, right? There's no such thing as a term black. The term black only came about in colonization. I don't have to accept that, Sahib. That's why the other day when I was in a place, someone said to me, "Are you black?" I said, "I'm not black, Sahib. I don't accept that term."
Somalis are not black. There's a difference between African and black.
You think that a person, any person, can't tell the difference between a black American and a Somali person? I don't think so. I think that you can tell the difference between a Somali person and a black American person. Like, I really do. And I'm just saying, why did I see y'all made your own communities, y'all said you had your own culture, separate from us. So now that you're in trouble, you want to claim blackness?
You want me to advocate for a group of people, for a community that, generally speaking, collectively does not refer to themselves as black.
There is a real tension between the Black Americans and the Somali Americans. Yes. After the recent political attack on the Somalis, with discrimination and fear campaign, some of the Somalis have called it out. This is an attack on black communities. The moment they did that, the Black Americans responded, "You're not black. Exactly. That's our identity." Eesh. Somalis stepped back and said, "Okay, we'll start calling ourselves Somalis." Chill like that. The moment they did that, the Black Americans responded, "Stop acting like you're not black." Sheesh. Somalis are confused. Here's the reality. The term black is a racial category. However, over hundreds of years later, it actually became an ethnic identity as well. So now when people say Black Americans, is referring to
they try to use it to be like disgraceful.
Unique people, unique culture, unique history, unique struggle, right? Hip hop, civil rights, soul music. Name the list. Chill like that. Black Americans. Clarity needs to come from you. Okay? If you take that term to mean your identity, chill like that.
No, they don't.
Okay? And the moment Somalis refer to their identity as Somali, let's not have this back and forth.
We ain't gonna have this back and forth. But I'm gonna tell you this: like, go in the rich neighborhoods, you're not even gonna see a liquor store. You feel me? Like you go in the good neighborhoods, you're not even gonna see a liquor store. Like, you gotta drive all the way to the bad neighborhoods, like in San Diego. I know all the good neighborhoods don't have liquor stores at all, and I never could understand that. I'm like, why? Like, you feel me? You be at one of your partner's house, way out somewhere in the big houses. You feel me? No liquor store in sight, none whatsoever. It's like, why is that? But then you get to the hood, it's a liquor store on every corner. You can't miss them. It's one on every corner. It's a McDonald's on every corner. You feel me? What they do got, they got a Starbucks or something like that. They got a Fonz. You feel me? But yeah, liquor stores.
Not black.
Absolutely.
Stop calling us black, fam. Do we fucking look black? Do I look black to you, lot, bro? I'm not black, fam. Man, Somali, bro. You get me, blood? We're not no fucking black people, bro.
Somalis are not black. Let me explain why. Looking at me right now, chat. Am I black? I'm literally brown. I'm literally brown, bro. Think about it as well. Somalis are Arabs. We're in the Arab leagues. We speak the Arab language. We eat the Arab food. Bro, think about it like this.
You do not eat Arab food. I have not seen a chunky Arab yet. You look like you eat McDonald's, Burger King, you feel me? Whatever you can get your hands on. Stop it.
facts, bro. If a whole community doesn't regard themselves as black, we can't be black, bro. We literally can't be black, bro.
Seems to be happy with me, but let me start. Somalis deny Africanity. They do not want to be identified as African. They want to be Arabs. And the Arabs are pushing them. There's a dilemma here. You see, there's identity crisis here now. I don't have identity crisis. I'm an African, and there are so many Africans in Africa. I don't have identity crisis. You can call me whatever you want, but I have identity. You do not have identity now because the Arabs have refused you. They are telling you, "Ya Abid." And you're better off to accept me as your brother rather than going to an Arab. So, we called Somalis, in that article, Africanity by accident of geography. This group consists of those who happen to be in Africa without their wish to be there. Individuals who found themselves living in the continent by virtue of circumstances beyond their control. In other words, circumstantial Africans.
Arabs don't want them.
Members of this group are not pleased to be identified with negritude or blackness, be it by value, ideology, culture, ethnicity, or any other quality except by the accident of being in Africa, of existing on the continent. So, the only time that a Somali nomad or a pastoralist, and I have nothing against nomads, the only time he or she will accept to be an African, or she or he may instantly turn around from Arab to Africa, is if she or he encounters discrimination of identity, denial from that group. And I have seen this in Egypt.
Wow.
Say something though, yeah, which might ruffle some feathers.
Crazy.
As a black Caribbean Muslim, I've
we don't bleach
I've
our
had
skin.
racism from other Muslims that are just from other countries that believe that I'm not a proper Muslim because I'm Caribbean and I'm black. So I've had Somalians basically act as if I'm not a proper Muslim. But then how? I've also been in Egypt and they've told me I can't come in the masjid, I have to pay as somebody who's just coming like a tourist, like I'm coming to see it as a tourist attraction. And I've had to recite Al-Fatiha for them to believe that I'm actually going to go and make my salah. And they still didn't let me in. And I had to pay because they didn't believe I was a Muslim. How? Because I'm black or because I'm Caribbean. So that's also another reason why sometimes I will feel that Somalians don't.
Like, that'd be crazy because, like, when your own people don't accept you, like, but they talking mess about other people, you feel me, a whole nother race, but then they don't even accept the people that look like us within their race, you feel me? It just lets you know, like, what they are, how they are.
They're black because they don't like to. I've been around or been faced with some that don't like to even put themselves in the same category as me and admit that I'm a Muslim.
You see, you get treated wrong by Muslims. Why? Because intrinsically, Muslims know that their religion is for Arabs. It's the same thing with the white man. Like, the white man in Christianity claimed that all men are created equal. But while he was saying that through Christianity, he had enslaved black people. It's the same thing with these Arabs. Don't get tripped upon these words where just if you're a Muslim, you're saved, or just if you're a Muslim, you're this and you're that, and you'll be treated equal and your brothers. They do not see you as their brother. They absolutely do not see you as their brother or their sister. Why? Because you are black. And like the sister said, a black Caribbean. And she was, concerned about how she gets mistreated by Somalians. That's because not all skin folk are kinfolk. Just because they have dark skin does not mean we are the same people. The Somalians, they are a Hamitic people. The Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, we are a Shemitic people. We are a completely different tribe. We have completely different customs and cultures. Islam is not for black people. If you want to know what black people should be following, what black people should serve, contact the ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana, and we will.
Is it just me or some?
I never could understand that about our people too. Like, what religion? Like, I think that's why I never could. I never was really in, like, even going when I went to prison and I seen a lot of our people like turn into Islam. Like, I never could understand that. Like, it wasn't for me. Like, I seen a lot of our people turning. I just don't believe in the humans' gods. Okay, the humans, like, you got to understand, a lot of stuff was thrown on us to keep us like divided, to keep us, you know, like tied down to the ground. You feel me? And it's like kind of scary. So when you start believing in these people's religions, bro, it just kind of throws you off. You feel me? Because how could they believe in the religion they have and then do the things that they be doing? Like you see a lot of like the white Christians or whatever. How could they have a belief in Christianity? Like dude said, but at the same time, the Bible say love everybody, but then they steady treating you like shit. You feel me? Like they're like white people is above black people and so forth. Like I never could understand that. I never could grasp that. But then they'll turn around and they'll throw it in your face in order to, you know, to make you still understand why they're being the way they are. Like it makes it okay. And it's like, bro, I don't get it. I just don't.
Somalians are beefing the whole For You page versus Jariz, aka black people. Now it's Pakistanis. Like, when would it stop? And these guys are being broad day racist. Not even sugarcoating, nothing. Bait faced as well. All I'm trying to say is when the trend dies,
divided,
none of
bro.
it slides. If I see you bait faced, I'm calling you out. Guys be seen as entertainment, yeah, but what they don't realize is further down the line, the digital footprint kicks in, because when you're Somalian now and you're being racist back in the day on TikTok and your employer is Pakistani, what are you gonna do when he pulls up that video? Oh, you're gonna say it's a long time ago. It don't count, brother. You're finished.
Okay, so they an FBA, is that what you guys call
Black
it?
American Foundation of Black American, whichever you want to call it. Yeah, sure.
Okay, they'll date an FBA, and it's going well at first, but then they start talking about future, family planning in the future, and then they start to realize that their African culture, it simply is like our cultures are better. Like we simply don't have the degeneracy we see in your culture a lot.
Okay, well, let me ask you this question. If your culture is so flawed, then why are you not in Somalia right now?
Well, we're getting
Who's we?
Hey, yeah, I think I'm about to end this right here. I'm about to end this video right here. But yeah, I think that's the truth. I like to kind of read into all religions, you know, to get like identity, like to get what the people are looking at, you know, because it's almost like, you know, like a queen ant. Like this queen ant right here runs this whole colony right here, and then you have another queen ant over here that runs that whole colony. But if these colonies, if they run into each other, they kind of get to feuding. So it's like you kind of want to know each one. You feel me? To see what each one is saying, so you'll understand, you know, the belief system of the people. I think that's why I'll be wanting to, like, you know, I'll read into all of them so I can get a better understanding of the people and how they act, because it'd be almost like a hive mind. You feel me? That system be a hive mind. And then within that hive mind, you know, you have bigger hive minds and you got smaller ones. It's like it kind of works itself way down. It got the bigger one that holds all the different hives within it. And then within those hives, you know, you got this religion, that religion, that religion, that religion, but they're all being held in the same big ass thing. You feel me? In the same pot. It's like a pot of gumbo. You feel me? And all they can do is, you know, like crabs in the barrel, kind of pull each other down over and over again, fight each other. Like over there, you go over there to Africa or you go over there to India, like they dying over that stuff. You got the Somalians, bro. I was looking up their religious beliefs and I was seeing what they do to their young girls. They cut their stuff. Bro, that shit was despicable. And I'm going, bro, some of these belief systems, like I'm surprised, you know, I said, bro, we like cavemen. We ain't grew out of them yet. Like, you telling me you're mutilating your younger girls before they grow up so you can have a certain, like, mutilating, bro. Like, that threw me all the way off. I said, that threw me all the way off. But that's their culture. That's what they do. So if they can mutilate, yeah, go look that up. Go look. If you ain't heard about that, go look it up. This is what they do. It's that, I don't know what that thing that they cut off on their private part of the young girls, but this is what they do. So when they have intercourse, they don't have feeling. So that's a part of their culture. That's what they do to all the younger girls. And I'm going, so if they can do that to the little ones that they love, we not nothing, bro. Then why they gonna care about us? You know, if you can mutilate your daughter, your kids, or whatever, bro, yeah, what you they don't care about this. And the Indian culture, seeing how that's baffling right there. You like had to day outside of their race. I bro, I knew my video was gonna mess up right. Yeah, my thing is tripping, bro. On the late night, they just slow your internet down for some reason. But I'm about to head out because my internet's starting to trip. I don't know. On the late night, they just kind of slow it down at times. But I'm just saying, yeah, go look into that. It's gonna make your stomach turn. That's what it did with me. Like just watching that, it made my stomach turn. My stomach was literally hurting. I said, "This is what they do." I said, "This is what they do right here today to their children, bro." They cut wild delivery off, then sold them up, leaving a small opening that often gets infected. Exactly, bro. I said that blew my mind. I said, what? And then, yeah, a lot of the girls was dying. A lot of them die because, like you said, it gets infected. But they still practice. This is something they practice, bro. And I'm like going, y'all okay, y'all better not say nothing about us. I couldn't picture me letting that, man, I couldn't picture doing nothing like that. Like, brother, I appreciate your channel. Yeah, I thank y'all, man, no doubt. But you know, we'll be back between 9 and 10. Between 9 and 10, it might be a little later because I got to go, go walking. I'm about to go take a little hike. With wifey, she want to do this hiking thing every day, so I'm gonna start doing that. But we'll be back around. It'll be between 9. I'm gonna say 9 and 11. But you gonna always catch me. Like I said, once I get started doing these lives, bro. Like I like to do my videos live. You're not gonna see me do uploads. I never really was into uploads. So I ain't good at it. So I just like to do it live because I could talk I can get on here and actually do a live and talk for like 3 hours about so much stuff because I did it before. I'm just used to it. But I thank everybody that's joining, that's new to the channel. Thank you. Make sure you hit that like button, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Have a good night rest, though. And don't go look up that stuff because I'm telling you, it's going to make your stomach hurt. That should have my stomach turning. I said, what the hell? They mutilating them? Like, the Libya? I don't even know what that sound like is painful. But peace out.